Let me take the story one twist further. Trust gives us promising, and promising creates value. We can cash in on the future and coordinate over time. Promising gives us money, which allows us to coordinate with people we don't even know. Money is promises to and from people in the past and in the future, people we do not know and will never meet. Let's say you want my sandals, but I don't need your boots. You don't even make boots. You raise beef and I'm a vegetarian. But I'll gladly take your money. Except, as often happens in life and in business, you don't just not have boots, you don't have money. But you think you will have money by wintertime, when you have made and sold your boots or raised and slaughtered your beef or whatever. Another deadweight loss if we cannot deal now, if we cannot deal just because you have no money just now. Except we can build on what we already know. Instead of promising me boots in winter, you promise me money in winter, and maybe a bit more money than if you paid me right now in June. If I believe your promise and you keep it, we are both happier. A deadweight loss has been avoided. It's called credit. And credit comes from the Latin word for believe, trust. So look how tall we stand now. By reason of trust, we can climb past primitive trade. And the ladder we use is promise. And we can rise again over promise by climbing the ladder of money. And we can climb even higher above money by climbing the ladder of credit. But every step of the way was based on trust. From trust to promise to money to credit. And now we stand very tall indeed. And so we arrive at contracts, which are at the very top of this ladder. Contracts allow us to avoid so many deadweight losses and to have a more effective society. Contracts are, with some exceptions we will come to, promises. Contracts are promises the government will stand behind. Remember some of the examples of everyday contracts we mentioned at the very beginning. You go into a restaurant and take a seat, and you're handed the menu with choices and prices. You tell the waiter you'll have the spinach soup, the fish cakes, and apple pie for your dinner. Now that's a contract. You promise to pay, and they promise to cook you a dinner. But you and the restaurant staff don't trust each other the way the friends, the bootmaker and the sandal maker trust each other, or the rowers in the college 8 trust each other. You are complete strangers. You have never seen the waiter or the chef before. But you expect to get your meal, and the restaurant expects to get paid. That's because the promise you have made are contracts. And if I don't pay for my meal, the government will make me. And if I have paid in advance when I made my reservation, and then you don't give me the meal, which I ordered, the government will make you pay me back, and then some. So contracts let us climb even higher. We can depend on people we don't know and maybe don't even trust, because contracts are promises the government will stand behind. And if we have a good government, remember the painting I showed you earlier on, Buon Governo? We can make trades and go about our business. We can trust each other as if we were friends, because the government stands behind our contracts and makes us act in a trustworthy way, as if we were friends, as if we trusted each other. In fact, in a good government, which is governed fairly, and where people can go confidently about their business, buying and selling, making and taking, the citizens come to trust each other. Though they are strangers, they become friends. It's a kind of limited friendship. Let's call it civic friendship. We go from trust to promise to contracts and then maybe even to friendship. It is, after all, a kind of a pleasant relationship when you can walk in the restaurant and be pretty sure that these strangers will serve you a meal and they can be sure that they're going to get paid. And therefore, rather than eyeing each other suspiciously, you can smile. That's what I mean. That's what contracts can do. Next, we start on when promises are and when they are not contracts, and the rarer, tricky cases when contracts are not promises at all.